أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear brothers and sisters here, hope you are doing well and good. Assalamu alaikum. Hope and pray you all are well and good and best state of health and iman, inshallah. Bismillah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum. Kindly make use of the chat box, inshallah. Let's keep this a bit more interactive, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, we are back here, dear sisters and brothers, after a day break, and alhamdulillah. It was to cover up all the portions that you had left out with that you were left out with. Okay, so alhamdulillah, most of you have submitted the homeworks. Barakallahu fiki. Most of you have marked the class attendance, and alhamdulillah, most of you have utilized the time wisely. Barakallahu fiki. I was expecting the same, and alhamdulillah. So, dear sisters and brothers, let's quickly head on to today's session with a quick recap on whatever we had dealt with on the Saturday session, inshallah. So, welcome you all to the day 7th of this course, dear sisters and brothers. We are almost halfway through this course, right? Subhanallah. So, let's all begin the 7th session of this course with the rectification of intention so that Allah puts barakah in our affairs, so that Allah rewards us for our times that we are spending over here, inshallah ta'ala. Because we expect pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything and anything that we do, right? We expect reward because we as a Muslim and a Muslimah, we expect rewards in each and every affair that we are making, right? So I just want you all to earn rewards while learning by rectifying your intentions. Rectify these intentions. Just make these intentions, and inshallah, you will be rewarded for whatever you are here for. So, yes, sisters and brothers, let's all begin with the name of Allah, the blessed name of Allah, seeking blessings from the by reciting the blessed name of Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And come on, let's continue on this journey of being more productive with our smart devices, inshallah. So the last lesson that we have left out with was social media graphics that we had started with was social media graphics, wherein we were covering how to create the various posts for the social media sites, right? How to create the post flyers as well as the videos were produced, right? We built everything from the scratch. We did not utilize any of the templates, right? So, alhamdulillah, we started creating the social media graphics, and above all, we had started off the session with the Quranic reminders, and alhamdulillah, it was a separate session assigned for creating Quranic flyers, right? So, alhamdulillah, hopefully, you all enjoyed the process. Hopefully, you all enjoyed the way it works, right? Subhanallah, we were converting the best of the best knowledge that ever could be in this entire universe, the best of the best speech that could be in this entire universe in the form of the flyers. We were putting it up in the form of the flyers so that it could be the source of hidayah for the people out there, right? Subhanallah. We were converting the textual content to something as called as a visual content, right? We created both the statics as well as motions, right? We created both what we say the flyers that are static as well as the motions. You also created Quranic recitation videos. Hopefully, you all remember that, right? We learned how to source the Quranic text, how to get the ayahs from where are you going to get the ayahs from, ayah fonts from. If you're going to get the just the textual content, how are you going to get that? How are you going to get the translations from, the audios from? And Alhamdulillah, we have designed very beautiful Islamic flyers, the Quranic flyers, and these were some of it, almost 15 flyers were designed in the session, and also the videos were also designed during the class. And alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, these were some of it. I had explained to you how you're going to create the various what we say various designs and different backgrounds, how you're going to get the different backgrounds, how you're going to add different what we say fonts as well as the translation, from where you're going to get the translations, where you're going to get the ayah what we say the mp3s, from where are you going to get the exact fonts from. Alhamdulillah, most of you have understood it. Alhamdulillah, and Alhamdulillah, your homeworks were excellently done. So these were some of it that we had implemented in previous sessions, and these were some of it. Alhamdulillah, this was from the textual content, right? So this was some of it. Few more. So these are some of the flyers that we have been creating, and this was something like the converting things to the animated format, right? Probably you all remember. How do you convert something, a flyer, into the a static flyer to the motion is nothing but you add the animated elements to it, as well as you animate the textual content, as well as you can add the videos to it, right? There are three different ways you can do it all together. Okay, that was the question, as most of you have put just the animated this one. No, dear sisters and brothers, you can utilize it in three ways as well. Okay, whoever answers the quiz, I already told you, you must answer the quizzes that are there. Try, attempt it, please. All of the quizzes that are put up in the group, whoever answers it the highest, and inshallah, whoever has perfectly answered it, inshallah, will have a reward at the end, inshallah. So, dear sisters and brothers, come on, just this was all that we had learned in previous session, and today we are going to start ahead with something called as starting ahead with again the social media graphics, and we were left out with so many concepts of social media graphics, and inshallah, and that we are going to cover. We are going to start creating Islamic reminders, some of the codes, and also this is a very major concept, dear sisters and brothers, the mockups. Okay, how to create mockups. Okay, this is a separate concept, and there are courses launched on just creating mockups, and this is entire different courses. It is said that you are not a graphic designer if you do not know how to create mockups. Okay, this is a very major concept. There is very major topic that you're going to learn in today's session, inshallah. Are you all excited? Come on, please type in inshallah. Let's all begin. So these are the three topics that you're going to learn. How to create the reminders, how to mind map the things is very important. Inshallah, you're going to discuss each and everything in today's session. So, yes, sisters and brothers, let's begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Be ready with the two devices so that you all can practice live into the session, practice after the session, and inshallah, I expect you all to be practicing, inshallah, because this is a skill that you're learning and it is not a bookish knowledge. Again and again, I tell you, dear sisters and brothers, this is not a bookish knowledge. It's a skill. So you have to practice to gain perfection. You have to practice to gain a pro level into this, inshallah. So, dear sisters and brothers, last post that we had created was for Instagram post. Now let's just create for Facebook. It's the same thing. You just have to change the aspect ratios as such. That's all. You don't have anything kind of different social media posts. I already told you have preset dimensions for different social media sites, right? For Facebook, if you want to create, just write Facebook, and whatever you want to create for Facebook, that postings you can just go ahead with. That's all. If you want to go ahead with LinkedIn post, then just write LinkedIn here. Preset dimensions are put up here. You don't have to go and search for what is the dimension for LinkedIn post. What is the dimension for Pinterest pin? No, it's already here. It's all preset dimensions. You just have to write there and you will get it there. That's all. Okay, now I want to create a Facebook post, kind of what we say the aspect ratio. So I'll just select Facebook post and square format. Okay, it's your personal choice how you want to put up, where you want to put up. So why is this dimension selected? Hopefully by now you have understood why is it selected, right? Because you just have to know where are you going to post it, right? And also one important aspect, dear sisters and brothers, inshallah, I'll tell you at the end of this session, inshallah, how you're going to convert a Facebook post to a Pinterest pin, or how you're going to resize something from this to another. Okay, that concept was already dealt, called as button called as resize. This is a pro feature that is available for you all. For this feature, dear sisters and brothers, we had to struggle so much previously, but Canva has provided it within seconds. Within seconds, you can just make sure the already finished product can be converted into different sizes. Okay, so inshallah, utilize whatever is given here to create and to your best, inshallah, and to put it out on social media sites, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, we are going to start now. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inshallah, we're going to step ahead with something called as what we say the codes and all. We are just covering the concepts of how you are going to create the posts. Okay, social media posts. That's all. Social media posts. Let's start with any of the what we say the codes that you have in mind. You can just put it up in the chat box. Inshallah, we'll start creating for yours as well. as something that are in my mind, inshallah, I'll also put it up in the form of the flyers, inshallah. So for creating the code, dear sisters and brothers, you have to mind map the things, okay? For example, okay, the code that comes to my mind right now is nothing but for the free Palestine, which is nothing but from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free, inshallah ta'ala, bismillah ta'ala. So, dear sisters and brothers, I just want to create it for that. Okay. So, what am I thinking of doing is whenever you get to a quote, what you are going to do? What you're going to do, you have to mind map the things. Okay, what is being placed there, what is put up inside the text there. It's all about Palestine, right? It's Palestine. So you just can go ahead and type the keywords, specific keywords in the elements to put it up in your picture. So let me just grab something that will indicate it very perfectly. From the river to the sea, the Palestine will be free, inshallah. So let's just go ahead with the graphics and see what will fit well in my screen. I'll grab this one. I'll just put it here. Okay, I'll just put it here. Okay. Then what more I'm expecting? Okay. Okay, there's a watermelon kind of feel here. If you want, you can just go ahead and take a watermelon and put it there. Or we'll just grab a flag, inshallah. Okay, this is fine. I'll just put it up here. Okay, I'll just show you how to mind map the things very differently. That's all. Don't you just don't have to create it like this itself. You have your own creativity, dear sisters and brothers. You can put it up differently in your own ways. Okay, but make sure you're having it well aligned. Well aligned. Remember that. Okay, alignment. Make sure all of the things that you're putting up uh, follows the principle of alignment. Okay, follows the principle of hierarchy, basic principles, whatever the principles are being taught of, make sure it follows all of those principles. Hopefully, you remember the hierarchy, the spacing, the alignment, and what more, dear sisters and brothers, the proximity, the what we say, the repetitions, and also the typography. Typography is very, very important. You have to maintain the typography in your textual content. You have to maintain a typography. What does a typography mean? It is nothing but you have to write the text very differently. It should not be like all of it is same. No, you should not put everything as usual. No, you have to have something guiding the weaver's eyes into your design, right? So inshallah we'll discuss all of it together, inshallah. Now we are just going to head on to the very first thing that we are into, inshallah. So very first thing, from the river to the sea, Palestine would be free, inshallah. So I'll just put it up here. Okay, what am I thinking of? We'll just write the text first. Okay, add a textual content, or what we can do, we can just go ahead with this font combinations. Come on, please try. I'll just take beautiful fonts from here, or select whatever you like. Come on, select whatever you like and whatever you wish that would go well with your screens, inshallah. So I think I'll just select something like this one. Okay, trend with ding. Okay, how to do, I already told you how to utilize this. You have to ungroup it beforehand, right? I'll just ungroup it. Now we can just ungroup and place it wherever you like. Okay, so I'll just mention here from the, okay, river to the sea. Okay, start creating. Please start creating. Whatever comes to your mind, you can start creating. Create this along with me, inshallah. From the river to the sea, let it be on the top. Okay. Then, okay, I have taken this Palestine. I'll write Palestine instead of Palestine. Okay, Palestine. Okay, I'll just write this over here. All right, this is called as typography, dear sisters and brothers. Hopefully, I've understood what is it. Will be free. We are using different fonts. We are giving the different font combinations. We are making the fonts into different parts. Will be free. Okay, so we'll just write it here. If it doesn't convey the meaning in proper way, what you have to do, you can just change this Palestine to English word. Okay, if you don't understand it well through this, you can understand it, right? Okay, so so this is one thing that we have added here. Now you can even place this at the mid stand. You can play with these things. You can write like this. For this one, you can bring it forward. This one backwards or something like that. You can even play with this. Whatever elements you're adding from the river to the sea, I can write it here. You can play with all of these things, right? So if I want, what I'll do, I'll just send this backwards, layer it backwards, send to back. Palestine, we'll just write it very beautifully. Okay. will be free. Something like this if you wish to. Or if you want, let it be over here itself. No, no issues, right? Okay. Okay. Then what else was I thinking of adding was there was some watermelon kind of thing. We could directly take the watermelon that is over here, or we can just go ahead and type watermelon there, and we can just grab it from there. Okay. Whatever seems good for you, whatever seems best for you, you can just go ahead with that. Make sure you're taking the graphics. Take something like it looks uh, what we say. It looks something like these. Like I think this will go good, go well. I just put it up here. Okay, so this looks good. It's just simple mind mapping that I did. You can even create it more creatively. More creatively, you can make it more creative. You can put more creativity into this and add some more stuffs, whatever you like, whatever you wish to, and just create it very excellently. Okay, this is how you can do it. Or else, if you want to write this free thing in some other format, for example, will be let it be in the same this one. Free is actually something that could be boldened up, right? So what we are doing, we'll just backspace this. Okay, will be, let me just keep it here. If you want to put free in some other textual font, you can just go ahead with that as well. Okay, you can even put, well, this is how you follow the hierarchy, right? So if you want it in some other textual format, you can go ahead with that. Some bigger the better, will be free. Okay, something out of this margin is fine. But I think if we'll go ahead with the handwriting, then it will be more perfect because the upper ones is with the handwriting itself. Amstead one. Okay, something like this. If you want to place, you can place and make sure you're doing it. And also, dear sisters and brothers, colors. One important thing is about colors. Okay, you can change the colors. For example, this free thing, if you want to change it so that it looks more bold or something like that, and you can change it very perfectly. Just a moment. Okay, free. If I want to change the color, change it to something else. Okay, if you want the color of this is image palette, the color of the photo that is here. I mean, this watermelon. Then how you're going to get that? You just can follow it with this color, that's all. And also from the river to the sea, if you want to change it to this exactly the same with the Palestine colors, green color over here if you wish to. Or first we'll start with black, then this with green, and sorry, this with red and that with green. Make sure you're actually having it perfectly with the textual content so that you can hold other texts that are here, fine. So free, I'll just place it here. Will be, I'll just add the green color. For this, I'll add red color. So you can play with the colors as well. Play with the colors, play with the fonts. Okay, remember, these are the two things that you can go ahead with. Or if you don't like this being in the handwriting format, change it. Okay, change it until you find it perfectly aligned with the what we say, with the backgrounds, with your what we say creativity and what you find it very excellent with. You can just stop there. Okay, now the last thing, dear sisters and brothers, is your what we say the content id, or the social ids, social media ids. You can just go ahead onto the elements and write Instagram logo. If you want it to be posted on Instagram and you do not have your logo in hand, you just can write Instagram logo and you will find the Instagram logo. Now listen very carefully, dear sisters and brothers. Whatever you're grabbing, this is something like what we say square with rounded corners, right? So once you grab this, if you want a Facebook logo, you just write Facebook. Make sure you are aligning it perfectly with that. See here, I have grabbed the Instagram logo. When you take the Facebook logo, make sure the Facebook logo aligns perfectly with this. Like it should be something like the square format itself. Okay, it should be in square format itself. That's all. Okay. Now we are not getting any Facebook logos in the square format. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'll just go ahead Facebook icon. No, 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 I'm not finding it. So what else I can do over here is I can just grab the round kind of Facebook logo and then go ahead with round kind of Instagram logo. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take a round Instagram logo from this. Okay. I'll delete this. Okay, make sure one important thing, don't put colors into this. For example, if you have tens of colors for different colors for Facebook, this and that, then that, if you want your color photo post to be colorified, then that's fine. But make sure everything follows some same colors, fine. Let me just go ahead with Instagram icon first. one round Facebook icon I'll just take down. Facebook logo, better type Facebook logo. Okay. You just need to search a bit to get the right thing in hand, okay? And also you have something called as brand fetch, okay? There's an app on the App Store that gives you the brand fetch. Whichever brand you want to type, you will get their logos in hand, okay? In the brand fetch. You can just go ahead and type whichever logo you want. For example, Facebook you want, you will get their logos, right? This is how you get it. This is very easy, fine? This way you can get it if you don't get it there, okay? What you're going to do, dear sisters and brothers? Go ahead with apps, okay, and type brand fetch. Okay, this is the usage of the apps, okay, how you're going to get it. Brand fetch. What does it do? It gives you the brand icons, whichever brand you write, dear sisters and brothers, right? Whatever you want, you will get their logos, their colors, their images. See what are their colors. Only these things you can use for them, right? So black, white, black and white. So I'll just take black things. Okay, Facebook logo in black is done. If you want Instagram, you can just write Instagram. You will get Instagram logo in black. I'll take this one. Okay, then what else? If you're on YouTube, you can even type YouTube and take it. Make sure you're aligning it perfectly. Now see here, how does the alignment work? See here, alignment, this one. Okay, maximize your screens perfectly, so that it fits in perfectly with this. Just have you just seen how I did it? Make sure you're doing it perfectly, not like this. One thing is so big, one thing is so small. Make sure you're adding it very perfectly with the screens, very perfectly aligned, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, next thing, YouTube. You have it all here. Okay, brand fetch. Remember that. I'll just take everything into black because I have carried all of it in the black format. So this is how you maintain what we say, consistency in your posting. Okay. Okay. If you want to make it a bit smaller, then that's fine. But I think, okay, this is let it be smaller because it goes well with the small one. Okay. Why am I creating it smaller is because YouTube, it's not a square kind of, it's rectangular. So we'll just have it like this. Okay. Okay. The next thing is your, what we say, your content, social media IDs. You can write it here. Okay. You can just mention it here. We'll just go ahead with the text and we'll just add a text box. We'll take the text box and put it here. Whatever your IDs are, you can just write at EDU-SITE, at whatever, something like that, or IG at, if you're just on two platforms or something like that, you can just mention it in your own ways. Or you have, if you have created your own logos, put it up there. That's all. Fine. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is smaller and occupies it well. Okay, because it's looking a bit clumsy. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, if you want to put it this thing up inside something, for example inside a label, that is also well and good. You can do that. Okay, so I'll show you how you're going to do that as well. Just for a moment, wait for a moment, inshallah. Okay, now this is done. It's not yet colorified. This post is not yet colorified, but we have finished it, almost finished. And this thing, if I want, I'll change the font. Okay, it's almost finished. Final touch up is left out. What am I thinking of doing now to give a good touch up? Okay, let me just change this fonting first because make sure we have to make sure everything is properly aligned before we are just finishing it off, right? Okay. So these things, you might think that these are not that important. No, these are very important, dear sisters and brothers. You must take care of all of these to create the post like a pro. Okay, you just can't create the post very simply and this is done. This is done. No, no, no. Make sure you are following the design principles. Okay, make sure your what we say, your content aligns well with all of the design principles that were taught in the very first, very second or third session, right? So this is all. So I think this is too bold for this thing. So what I'm doing, I'm going to show how you to group these things. Okay. See how you have to select multiple. Okay. Select multiple. Done. You can just group the like elements. Group. Okay. This is all grouped up. Now, if you want to reduce their sizes, this is how you do it. Have you understood it? How to do this? Okay. Alhamdulillah. So this is how you do it. And this is one post. This is finally done. Okay. This is done. We don't have to add any more things. If you want to add more things, you can add colors. Okay, you can add colors to this. How you are going to do that? What am I doing is I'll duplicate this. Okay, I'll duplicate this. Done. I don't want to lose the original copy of this. I'll duplicate it. Now for this post, I'll make some changes. Dear sisters and brothers, listen very carefully. What am I going to do now? See here. I just want to change the colors with this. Come on, I just can go ahead with the elements, sorry, design. Okay, what helps you to change the colors very effectively? Can you please type in? This is the frequently asked question in every class of mine. Please type what helps you to change the textual content, change the color of the images. Okay, how to ungroup it once again? You just have to click. Where was the question about? Okay, if you're getting the text along, okay, probably this was a question from this one. If you have taken this, you just have to click on three dot button, and there is some word called as ungroup. Three dot button and ungroup it. Okay, this is how you ungroup it. Hopefully have understood, Sister Hani Ali Sheikh. Okay, and the next, okay, yes, excellent. The color palette, excellent, yes, Sister Nusrat. Alhamdulillah, this is how it works. You have to go ahead with the color palettes, go to the designs, go to the styles, and go ahead with the color palette and see how beautifully you can convert this design into a masterpiece. Okay, very perfectly aligned with the colors. Just look into this design. Do you not find it very excellently organized now? Yes, it is. It gives you the perfect font combinations that will go well with the screen. If you can finalize this, you can just finalize this, or you can just go ahead by creating another one. You can create something like this and see some other colors, add some other colors to this picture. Okay, finalize it until you're perfectly, what we say, satisfied with your post. Okay, this is also good color. You can even go ahead with this. Okay, make sure you're following the beautiful color combinations to put up into the post. Okay, so even this looked good. Something with green, this one. Yes, even this was good. So you can go ahead with the color palette and have a beautiful font color combinations. Fine. So this works wonderfully. Remember, this works wonderfully. Okay, even this is good, even this is good, even this is good. So we can finalize whichever you want. You can post one for the Instagram, one for the Facebook, one for the WhatsApp or whatever. So we have done one simple posting like this. Alhamdulillah. Now we'll start off with another posting. Come on. If you have any quotes in mind, you can put it over there. Come on, let's see if you have anything. Dear sisters and brothers, type in the chat box, or I'll take something that comes to my mind now, inshallah. Okay, probably while explaining, I had told you about something like behind every smiling face, there's an untold story of this. Okay, and is there any something from the chat box? Okay, there's nothing in the chat box, so we'll just go ahead with my quote now. Okay. Behind every smiling face, there is an untold story of sabr. Okay, this comes to my mind now. I'll just take the font combination. I'll take this we are hiding here. Behind every smiling face, I'll write it here. Okay, first thing to do it is just click on it and ungroup it. If you don't find it, you just can go ahead and click on three dot button and ungroup it. Fine. So now behind every, okay, behind every, okay, make sure this is properly aligned. I'll just put it somewhere here. Okay, let it be a bit smaller. Every smiling face, smiling face. Okay, I'll just put it up here. Okay, when this smiling face comes, I just want to make sure that there is a smiling face there. So what I'll do is I'll just put it up here and I'll go search for the smiling face. Okay, so this is how we mind map things. This is how we make use of the, what we say, what utilize whatever is in hand and create a post very differently. Okay, tell your stories very differently, dear sisters and brothers. Tell your stories in a way that everyone enjoys. Everyone looks into their post and says, oh, this is very well created, I want to read what is in it, right? So make sure you're making it very excellently, making it very creatively, very innovatively, inshallah. So behind every smiling face is over. Then there is an untold story of sabr. What am I thinking of doing is I'll just duplicate this up just in order to maintain a consistency. Behind every is over, smiling face is over. There is an untold story of sabr. There is an, okay, I'll just write there is an untold story. I think I can write over here. Untold, okay, story of, okay. Sabr, I'll bolden it up. I can bolden it up and write it. Or what I can do is, okay, there is an untold story of Sabr. This text is called as, what is this text called as? Hopefully you all know this. We just have to put it on the left side, right? Left alignment. Let me give it a left alignment. And then, dear sisters and brothers, there's lots of spacing between these two texts. You can just go ahead with the line spacing and reduce it up. There is an untold story of is over. And then Sabra, if I want, I can write it a big bolder format. Or if I want, I'll just write it in the format of Arabic itself. I'll just take this big one, Supermom. I'll ungroup it. I'll delete this one. And this I can write Sabr. Sabr. Okay. This is one way. Or you can just write it in the Arabic format. What I'll do, I'll just duplicate this. I'll write it in Arabic. I'll change my keyboard. Hopefully, you all know how to change your key languages, right? There is something like this that changes this one, okay, to Arabic. And then I'll just write Sabr, Sod, and Ba and Ra. Where is it? Bay and Ra. Okay, done. Now you can even select this very beautifully, this Sabr. You can select it very beautifully. I think I can just change the fonting that is here so that I can make it more perfect. You can just go ahead with the Arabic font and type Arabic over here. I told you you have an access to 3,000 plus pro fonts, dear sisters and brothers. Make use of it. Utilize it to the best until you have this pro version in hand. Remember, you will actually find this very, very, very worthy. This pro version in hand. Okay. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So make sure you're making something into this. Okay. Something, some beautiful things into this. What we say is, okay, let's see. Okay, this sub is fine, but I think I can put this up in this. Okay, align it very perfectly. So if I wish, I can just reduce this sub and put it up here. Yes, A, E, R. This is fine for me. And if I want, I'll just rotate it a bit. Okay. This is how you want to create your text into very beautifully. This is called as typography. This is called as typography, wherein you're writing the text in different ways and different to tell the stories very differently. That's all. Okay. So make sure you're touching the hearts of the people with your post. This is an important thing that I want to tell you all. Make sure you're touching the hearts of the people with your posting that you're making. Okay. It's not just like you have to reach their screens. No, you have to reach their hearts as well with your post, right? Okay, this is very important aspect that you all can go ahead with. Okay, colors are mismatching. Don't worry about colors. Okay, I can even further give some things to this, dear sisters and brothers. What more can I give you? I can give a path here, right? From smiling face to the subject. Okay, so I think I can give a path. Okay, tell your stories very differently. I can just go ahead with this path if I wish to. Whichever path I want, I can flip it up and place it there. Okay, I'll just grab this path if I wish to. I can just flip it horizontally. Okay, I can just write the pointing from this pointing to this pointing like this. Okay, if I wish to. Or else if this is not good, I'll delete it. Make sure whatever you're satisfied with, make sure you're putting it there. If you're not satisfied, do not put it. Do not put it in your post. Okay. Okay. This is also good. Make sure. I think I'll reduce this up. Step 2, smile. Step 2, happiness. Right. This is just the way you tell. I wanted to tell my story. Okay. You can tell it more differently. You can tell your story more differently than this, right? So this is totally up to you, dear sisters and brothers. Okay. No, this is not still looking good. So let me go ahead. Go ahead. Because why am I going ahead with? Make sure you do not settle down with something that you don't like. Remember this thing. Okay, these are not the codes that I'm telling you. These are the things that you have to work on, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, so I think this is fine for me. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Now, dear sisters and brothers, if I wish to, I just will, what I'll do, this is all grouped up, right? So I just, if I dual click on this thing, okay, like this, on the top, I can just get the three dot button. I'll copy it all together and I'll paste it here. Okay. So paste it here. Done. This is how beautifully grouping works. Okay, this is the thing called as grouping, and this is how beautifully it works. Probably you all have understood. And inshallah, now you can play with the colors. How to play with the colors, dear sisters and brothers? What helps you to play with the colors? Okay, this technique that you're using is very, what we say, very excellent technique, dear sisters and brothers. Making use of color palettes, right? You just can go ahead with the color palettes and play with the colors now. Okay, if you want to further reduce it, reduce it. Make sure you're making a masterpiece out of it, okay? So you're not just like creating, or if you wish to, you can rotate this one. This one here, this one here, and make sure you're adding it here, okay? Or you can layer it up behind this, in front of this. It's all up to you. Or else you can just spend more of your time and search for a good, what we say, combination. Fine, that's all. To raise an untold story of, if I want, I'll place this sub over here. Okay. So look into this, dear sisters and brothers. What am I doing here? Why am I spending my time here? To create a masterpiece, right? Not just what we say, not just posting is your intention. Your intention should be like you have to touch the hearts of the people through your posting, right? You should create something more innovative, more perfect, more good to see on the screens, right? So create something like a pro, not just creating. Create something like a pro. Okay, now colorify it. Okay, these colors are not at all good. Now let's just start with coloring it. Now you will like it. Just look into the post, you'll like it. And for example, yes, it's just embarrass some of the fonts. If you don't like, please change it. If you don't like this fonts behind every and everything as such, you can change it. Okay, you can change it to something that you love. Okay, so you can just go ahead with something that you love. This is not at all good. I'll change it from the golden one. Okay, let's see. This Basma font is good. I think yes, it's good. So I'll just go ahead with this Basma font behind every smiling face. Okay, one thing you can do is you can write, change it for all of this one. Change it for all of it. Okay, you can even go ahead with that option. Change for all. If you don't want, you can just stick to this. Okay, and also you also have something called as line spacing and letter spacing. Just look into this. If you want a spacing between the letters, give it. Okay. So why am I spending most of the time here is because to create a good finished product. That's all. Behind every smiling face, there is an untold sports story of sub. For this also, I want to change it to the same font. Probably it was Basma font. Okay, let's be on the left alignment, and also let me just change it. Letter spacing. Letters are spaced very far away from each other, or very closer to each other. So I'll just make it a bit farther away. And then there is an untold story of sub. Let it be properly aligned. Okay. Okay. Done. Now colorify it very perfectly. So see, if you find this interesting, go ahead with this. If you do not find this interesting, duplicate it, change its colors again. Okay, try it all, try whatever seems good for you. And also, if you want to put some things onto this design, dear sisters and brothers, some more things, some more stuffs to fill the blank spaces, void spaces, then what you can do is, okay, let me first finish the coloring, then we'll see some beautiful concepts, inshallah. Okay, this is good for me. I'll just select it. Now, if you want to put more such things on this picture, some of the star kind of feel, some of the whatever is free here, I you just want to fill those spaces. You can just go ahead with something called as handwritten or hand drawn. Okay, typo there, handwritten. Okay, or you can write handwritten, hand drawn, or something like that, and see. Okay, some things like this if you want to place here and there. Okay, or else if you want to place, I'll show you some of the things that you can place, something like this. Okay, if you want to place, you can change this colorings. If you want to place something like this, untold story for this one. Okay, some round shapes. Okay, you can even place that. Some arrowheads if you want to place. Okay, you can even mention handwriting. Okay, so even that you can go ahead with. And also Or you can go ahead with the subray itself. You can see what are the things that are put up for the sub, and you can place elements here and there on the screen. Okay, okay. We are not finding good to go elements. We can just write some star. Okay, something like stars. In the graphics, you can see it. Some irregular shape, something like this of kind. You can place it here. Okay, and this way you can fill up the screen. Not only stars, you can mention some of other things and mention it up. Okay, irregular shapes, if you want to put up, you can even put up that. Okay, irregular shape. I'll just write irregular and see what we'll go ahead with. So we have some irregular shapes. You can just carry this down, these shapes, if you want to put it. Okay. Make sure you're designing it very perfectly and placing some things that are new to you, or new to the screens, new to the viewers, and creating your masterpiece very differently, inshallah. So this is just one post, single post that we have created. Two posts are done, alhamdulillah. So now one more, dear sisters and brothers, you can suggest me something or we'll go ahead with some other things, inshallah. Now these were the things I told you about the elements. Now if you want, we will just discuss some other things like how to even manage to add what we say different backgrounds, inshallah. I'll just mention some of the backgrounds. I want you to write it. Okay. Can you all do one thing for me? I just grab a notebook if you have. If you don't have a notebook, I want you to take the notes on your PC itself, on the laptops or on your smartphones if you have. Or you have notes, right? On the notes, I just want you to grab something, a book. I mean, grab it up and make a new notes, and you just have to write the notes over there. Okay, on the over there, just write some of the important elements. Okay, important elements that I'm going to tell you now, inshallah. Please write it. Okay, I just want you all to write it. So because these are the proven the best, what we say, best keywords to be put up for to get the various excellent backgrounds. Fine, come on, start ahead. Geometric. Okay, please write it down, and also you can try it. Okay, on the photos, if you want, you can go ahead and see the geometric backgrounds if you wish to. Okay, you can utilize these backgrounds to your best. Okay, wherever you want, you can utilize this. For example, I'll grab this up. You can have a combination of this one, this background. You can replace this along with a beautiful this kind of feel somewhere here and there. Or what you can do is you can even add this up, these things up here and there with the geometric shapes along with the geometric backgrounds. So geometric backgrounds, if you wish to add, you can place these things. These things you can use it for the technology kind of field, or these are the half tones that we call it. You can make use of this and create a beautiful backgrounds as such, right? Okay, some of the keywords I just wanted to suggest to start creating. Very first thing that you all have written probably is the geometric. Fine. Hopefully you have written it, inshallah. Next thing, dear sisters and brothers, please take down metallic backgrounds. Okay, you can place it somewhere here. Colorify, you can colorify it later. You just can go ahead with the styles and colorify it. If you want to write something inside this, you can write labels, geometric labels also you can type. Okay. The next thing is metallic. Metallic. Okay, go ahead with the photos and see. The beautiful metallic kind of photos you will get, or you will get metallic graphics, wherein you can create it very beautifully. If I add this as a background, I'll go ahead with the graphics and see some of the stuffs like this. I can grab and I can write my quotes. I can write something like that. I can put it here and there and mention some things around. I can take this as well. Okay, I can write a beautiful quote here. I can make sure I'm adding something else to this, or what I can do is, come on, this thing I can take and I can write something beautiful inside this. Yes, this looks good. This looks more classy. Now we can just add whatever you wish to. If you want to add this one inside this one, circle, 3D circle, okay, and also whatever ideas, sisters and brothers, you can just go ahead and do it very perfectly, very excellently, inshallah. So this is how one background I have told you. It's metallic, okay. The next thing, dear sisters and brothers, you can just go ahead with silhouette. Silhouette, you just write it and just yes, ILHOUTTE. Okay, this is nothing but you are just getting it in hand. For example, for you can just type tree silhouette if you want. If you want the silhouette of the people, you can just type it. These are the element name. This is the element name that I just wanted to mention. For example, if you want to specify something and write it, I'll just take this person in hand. Okay, he's praying. When this is a silhouette of a person, if you want a tree silhouette, you can just go ahead with the silhouette of the tree and then mention a beautiful quote here and there. Okay, it's called a silhouette. So it's actually shadow kind of photo. So if you want to place this one, these are some of the background ideas, right? Background ideas that you all can grab. Find this one if you want. Pick something that is beautiful. Okay, you can just go ahead with this one and put it on the screen. And you can just write some beautiful quotes like practice makes a man perfect. Okay, and this way you can just grab the beautiful background. Practice. Come on, we'll do it together. This is how you are going to pick up the backgrounds. Come on, dear sisters and brothers. Practice. You have to know these keywords before you're going to head on to the actual excellent sessions, inshallah. Practice makes you perfect. This looks very excellent. If you want, you can colorify it further, or you can just put it here, and then your job is done. You just can now add what we say, your content, what we say, um, Instagram handle name. You can just duplicate it, or we can just do it. You can just copy it down and paste it there. That's all. Click on three dot button, copy it, and paste it there. That's all. The silhouette is done. Next one, dear sisters and brothers. You can go ahead with something called as illustrations. Go ahead with the elements and type illustrations. Illustrations. If you want with different topics, you can mention the illustrations about. If you want food kind of illustration, if you want, it's kind of a what we say, a painting kind of thing where you can go ahead with. For example, if you want food illustrations, the fashion illustrations, you will have it illustrated in the form of the photos, okay, in the paintings format, okay. So illustrations, if you want to go ahead with, or if you want to go ahead with, okay, people, illustrations, whatever. If you want keywords, select the keywords wisely and type illustrations and see what goes well. You can just grab it. Okay, some of the beautiful keywords like gold backgrounds, gold this one, you will have it very excellently done. You can specifically type the what we say names, which background you want, gold background if you want. Okay, and of also, dear sisters and brothers, something like rose gold is also very excellent. It goes well with the invitation cards. Okay, you can just go ahead with that as well. So I just can replace this as a background. Now we can type a beautiful, what we say, this quote on this, or whatever you're going to convey, dear sisters and brothers. If you are into the any field like motivational course, if you are into any field, and if you want to write the something for your social media, then this is how you create it very differently. Okay. Okay, gold background. Hopefully you're writing these gold background and also rose gold background. I already told you rose gold background looks very classy. It's something like this pinkish kind of feel, and then you can just replace the background and go ahead with the graphics and see rose gold thing. You can add these things on it. See here, did you just like it? You just have to have it matched well with the graphics as well as photos to create a excellent background. Now, if you want, you can add these things as well, but make sure you're adding it very perfectly well aligned. For example, if you want this thing to be added, make sure it's perfectly aligned. Okay, now if you want to add this somewhere here and onto the picture, okay, see for the things that you love and to the graphics as well as this one. So these are the keywords that you can match in hand. And if you want to write a code inside, this is how you do it. For example, this is for the invitation card. This goes well, I already told you. But if you want to write a code inside this, you can just take this and write it very beautifully. For example, what do I want to write for this now? Like I just want to write a random code that comes to my mind. It's something like it's probably a hadith. It says, leave, okay, it's among the virtues of a believer, probably. I think it's not the perfect word to may use. Okay, it's something like leave anything that doesn't concerns you. Okay, leave, leave anything that doesn't concerns you. It's one among the quality of a believer that he doesn't meddles into the issues of others, something like this, right? So leave something that doesn't concerns you. The mafhum of the hadith that doesn't concern you. That just came to my mind. So add it here. Okay, then you can just change the fonts into beautiful ones, and then if you want, you can write where is it taken from, whatever, and then you can add the what we say, the social media icons. And also, dear sisters and brothers, make sure you're adding this one. If you wish to add the logos, add the logos. I already told you two types of logos you have to make, one for the darker screen, one for the lighter screens. Okay, or if you are doing it with a single logos, you can go ahead with creating that as well. But how you're going to make those logos into? Okay, I'll just select some logos that will go ahead well with. Take this one. Okay, you know something that is grouped up, dear sisters and brothers, you can just download it very easily. For example, this grouped up thing, EDU-SITE, you can download it and keep. I already told you, you can just download this up and keep. How you're going to download it? You can download this selection, download this selection. You can use it further, anywhere into the screen. PNG you have to download, high size, transparent background, download it and keep, okay? Somewhere. Now, whenever you want, you can use that image in whichever place you want, fine? This is how you do it, fine. So the next post, come on. Are you all writing it along with me? How many did we write till now? We have written at least 5, right? Geometric, metallic, sulfat, and then gold backgrounds, rose gold backgrounds. Okay. What else can you write? What else can you write? Come on, dear sisters and brothers, you have so many beautiful backgrounds in hand. Please show that again. Which one, dear sisters? Okay. How did I group that? It's already grouped done, right? It's already grouped. How to group it? You just have to select multiple. So first I'll ungroup it and show it to you, okay? This is ungrouping. I'll just select this one, three dot button, select multiple, one, two, three. Okay, I have selected it all. I clicked on done. Then I'll just click on three dot button. I'll group it up. Done. It is very easily done on the smartphone. Then you can just go ahead with three dot button again. Now you can just download the selection. Now you just can download it as a transparent background and keep it inside your gallery. Now wherever you want, you can use this thing in your design. That's all. Now it's in your gallery. Now I want to use it in this design. I'll just go ahead with the gallery and see where is it. Recent images. Okay, it's over here. I'll just grab it and add to the page. That's all. Done. I'll just place it here. How simple and easy it is. Okay, this is how you have to take this. Okay, the next thing. Next elements. Come on, dear sisters and brothers, please write it along with me. These are the proven, the best, what we say, best backgrounds. So we'll just go ahead. The next one, realistic background. Please write it, realistic background. It gives a more realistic feel. You can just see here some of these things. I can just grab it up. I can replace the background. Now, if I want to write a coast, I can just write it. Doesn't it feel very excellent? Yes, it does. You can write whatever quote you want. I'll just write some quote if I wish to. Okay, quotes. Any quote, please give it here, dear sisters and brothers. Come on, I'll just write something that comes to my mind again. Good things take time. Good things take time. Come on, if you have any idea, come on, give it. Any quote in mind, just give it. No problem. Type in the chat box. Keep it interactive. No problem. Do not hesitate to write anything here. Take time. Okay. Any quotes, inshallah? You can put it up in the chat box. Empty mind is workshop with a excellent quote, mashallah. Okay. So we'll use it in another one. Good things take time. Okay. Then you can mention something here and there. Or if you want, I can just add some of the elements for this. Okay. So I'm showing you alternatively, consecutively, how we can create the backgrounds as well as the quotes and put the quotes, beautiful quotes together. Good. I'll just write good and see what is good here. Okay. What elements can I get for the good thing? Okay, I'll grab this one. Just put it up here because there is a white space, right? I just want to fill up the space. That's all. That's all is my intention. Good things take time. For time, I'll just go ahead and write time. So I already told you, create it very beautifully. Create the things like it's not should not feel like what is this? What is the stuff that is being put up here? Not at all a good finished product. No, Let me just flip it horizontally and put it here. Hopefully you all liking it, right? Uh, Hopefully you all are doing it all along, inshallah. Okay. So one of the steps like this. Or else if you want to write, mention the time in the next line, you can go ahead with that. If you just want to mention good here, things and take, you can mention together. Time, you can mention in next line along with this. Okay, that is well and good. Take time, select, enter. Okay. So there's all the simple things that matters, that actually matters. Okay. Okay. Something like this. And make sure I'm giving it a bit spacing. Okay, just see here what time am I taking to just finish this product excellently. Okay, I'm giving it a bit of hierarchy. I'm giving it a bit of what we say. Okay, good things take time. I just want to align it a bit to the center. Okay, things take. Okay, for this good. If I want to improve this, I can improve this, increase it in size. And this one, if I want to place a bit of spacing between the good and this one, you can just go ahead with this and give a spacing. Good. Things take time. Now it's well and good. I just wanted to place good with the hand, upper hand, thumbs up, and time with this time. That's all. Okay, this is how you work it very beautifully. Done. Now what you can do, dear sisters and brothers, is you can just add more steps to this if you wish to. Some things like some dots or here and there you can mention, or just this is fine. Go ahead with that. Okay, the next page. Now, what did we just cover? We covered the realistic thing. Now, the next things like mesh. There is something called as mesh. Okay, mesh backgrounds. They look good. Now you can go ahead with the backgrounds and the photos and see some of this mesh kind of feel. If you want the technology for technology kind of codes, you can mention this. This mesh thing, if you like, you can just mention and replace this up. Okay, empty mind is workshop devil. I'll just go ahead with this one. I'll add some graphics as well here. Okay, this goes well with the screen. I mean the workshop of the devil, something kind of that probably. I'll take some half tones. Okay, these are called as half tones. Okay, half tones. I'll change it to the white color itself. Okay, how to utilize this half tones is nothing but you have to reduce its transparency to make sure it looks good on the screen. Okay, these are called as half tones. If you want, you can put it for the entire screen, something like this. Okay, these are called as the half tones. The meshes, if you wish to, or if you want to add these things, star here and there, or if you want to add these things, something like this, drawings. Okay, make sure you are perfectly adding it with whatever you are finding it blend with. Okay, now we'll just go ahead with the text. I'll take this one. I'll just ungroup it. I'll put this up a bit downwards. Empty mind. Empty mind. I'll just write it here. I'll take this here as devil's workshop, right? I'll make sure the small letters is the devil's workshop. Devil's workshop. Okay, this is where you can just reduce it a bit and write it exactly as such, how it was, one above another. You can place it something like this as well. Empty void mind is the devil's workshop. Okay, now colors, if you want to align, you can align it perfectly with that. I will just make sure I'm using this thing. I'll just take it from this perspective. Green dot, but three dot button, copy it up. I'll paste it. Hopefully you're doing it all along. Paste it here. Okay. So now coloring it up and also the elements, choosing the elements very wisely. I didn't choose it on purpose because I didn't. Okay, I'll take this one. Entire half tone. Okay, something like this if you wish to. Or you can even add some things in between, like a texture, like a pattern, and then you can write this empty mind is devil's workshop. Okay, even this looks a bit of devil's kind of feel, what we say, devil's workshop. Okay, just have to tell the story very differently, that's all. Now we can go ahead with the designs, go ahead with the styles and change the color palette. Just look here, dear sisters and brothers. You can align it very perfectly with each and every colors that are here. Okay, I think the bluish, I wanted to put it somewhere here. Bluish feel. You can go ahead with whatever you wish to. Go on, try it all along, inshallah. And select something that you love. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, we can add more stuff to this, but I just wanted to show it to you with the what we say mesh kind of backgrounds. Next is gradient backgrounds. It's already selected. Please write it somewhere. Please write it somewhere. Gradient background. The next thing is glossy background, gradient background, glossy background. Glossy backgrounds go very excellent. You can even select them and see some of the looks like this glossy look. Okay, you might like these things. Okay, it's your perspective of selecting how you love the things, how you want the things to put up. Okay, so this one, if I want to, I'll replace it with the background. And the graphics for the glossy are very excellent. You can even place this bubble. Okay, in this colors, if you want, you can place the bubble with this color, and then you can write the quotes very excellently. Very excellently, you can do this. Okay, try it all around. If you want a podium, something like this. Okay, and if you want to place this bubble above it, layer it up, bring forward. Okay, and if you want to place a quote inside this, what is the quote that is here, dear sister? Okay, consistency is the main key to success. We'll just go ahead with that. Okay, something like this you can just create. Okay, it's just the way I'm telling you how you can use these things that I'm telling in different ways. Okay, okay, if you want to place something more to this, you can even do that. Okay, if you want to add some quotes in different ways, you can even do that. Okay, what more do you have for this? If you want to, if you wish to see, I can just go ahead and see some glossy fields, some glossy things, and I can add it up here and there. Okay, if you like it, add it up somewhere here. And if you do not like it, do not place it. Okay, make sure you place only the things that you love to put up on the screens, right? Okay. Now the next thing that you want to write is this textual content. Go to the textual content and just see some beautiful combinations. This is good. So I'll just grab this up. I'll just place it here. I'll ungroup it. Now I just have to write the code. That's all. Consistency. Consistency. I'll just write consistency. And this looks good. Yes, it is actually the rounded format itself. So I'll just make it a bit of bigger one. Consistency, and this person I'll delete it. I don't want it in the round manner. I'll take some other one. Okay, I'll take this one. Consistency, the main key to success. I'll ungroup it. Okay. Okay, I think this is too bold for this. What am I going to do with this is I'll change this font. It's too bold. And also there's something to change the this one, dear sisters and brothers. Hopefully you know this. From the caps to the small letter, caps letter to the small letter. This is the thing, okay? This is the thing. If you click on it, the capital letters will be changed to the small letters. Fine. I'll just show you. I'll just show you. We just have to click here, click on this, capital letters to small letters. That's all. Okay, let me see. Only yes has changed here. I can select the entirety. In small letters is the key to let it be in the small letters itself, and then success. I think I feel like I want to write it in this one. I'll delete it all. I'll just write success here. Okay. So right, this is called as typography, wherein you are playing with the textual content, playing with its colors, playing with its sizes. Okay. This is how you do it. Okay. I think I just deleted it. I just have to do undo. That's all to get it back. Backspace. Okay. Success. Success. Fine. Done. Okay, it's again gone. Okay, there might be some glitches. Okay, so you just have to wait, work on it. That's all. Success. Now I'll just go ahead with the changing the color of this and changing it to something else. Okay, I'll just increase it in size. One letter is extra. I don't want it. I can just write it here if you wish to. Or okay. Now coloring, again, go ahead with the design, colorful. go ahead with changing the colors. That's all. If you do not allow it in this rotated format, make sure it is exactly aligned well. Okay. Success. If you want it in the too bold, I mean what we say in all bold format and all caps, then this is how you do it. Consistency is the key to let it fall above this success. Okay. One such code is done. This is how you do it very innovatively or differently. If you don't like the things that are behind this, you just have an option to change, make changes. Don't worry about making changes, dear sisters and brothers. Come on, just change it and just put up the logos as well. And also, this alignment is not good. See here, you have to make sure this is perfectly aligned with the screen. Okay, do not stop until you have what we say the perfect outlook in hand. Okay, and also one important thing, dear sisters and brothers, you must remember is that do not go ahead with the content that you're not satisfied with. Okay, unless and until you are not satisfied with the content, do not go ahead with that. Okay, okay, the same thing from the gallery. You can pick it up for this one, add to the page, and just place it here. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, now dear sisters and brothers, these are different things that you are learning. Alhamdulillah, we have learned to create so many different flyers. And now how to share this to your accounts. You can just share it directly to the accounts. Hopefully, you know that how to share it directly to the accounts. You can go ahead with send it to the this site, that site over here itself. You have the option to share it to the social media, or you can just save it as, and then you can save it on your gallery. From the gallery, you can drop it on your what we say Instagram or something like that. I'm just showing you how to share it. You're going to share it in the JPG format, quality raised. Make sure you're using this. You have a hyper quality check. If you have a high size, you can just have it in highest of the highest pixels, a large quality size. And also, dear sisters and brothers, you have all of the pro features that are available. Make use of it, all of the pro features that you have here, fine. And now all the pages download it up. Okay. One last thing, dear sisters and brothers, bear it with me, inshallah. We're going to learn that together. And few more things I had to tell you because we have some more things like how to add the backgrounds. Probably I had discussed this on this one. Some paper backgrounds. Okay, some paper backgrounds. Meanwhile, it's downloading. It's getting downloaded. Okay, paper backgrounds. Okay, make sure you're grabbing such things. Okay, this looks very beautiful when you write the code. If you want, I'll just take this crushed paper, replace the background, and then if you want tone paper. Okay, it's done downloading. Okay, tone paper. Come on, please try this. Okay, you can just see these tone papers. You can add these tone papers in between. Now see how beautifully you can write. You can write a beautiful code in between this tone paper and the paper field. Or else I'll duplicate this and show. If this is tone paper is not good, you can even add such things like these things on the tone paper. Or if you don't want this, you can even add these things, something like this, or something like this one. Okay, you can add it. You can make it half of the picture, half of the picture in, picture out. Okay, you can delete this background. You can add some other backgrounds like this, purplish, reddish. Yes, this looks good. Yes, in this way, create some things beautifully. Create the backgrounds very beautifully. We'll be gradually learning these things. Okay, don't worry. How many did you all write, dear sisters and brothers, for today? How many did you all write? Something like this, if you want the whole thing in on a sheet, then that is also good. So these things you can go ahead with this one. Can you all mention to me how many did you write? Backgrounds and elements name, subhanallah, it's 8. Very good, excellent, ladies and barakallahu feek, dear sisters and brothers. The stickers, the notes. Okay, you can just mention some things. You can even write some things in this with handwriting kind of text, dear sisters and brothers. That looks very classy. Add a text box, write something, for example. Okay, what do I get in mind now? Again, something, so on, so on. Okay, practice makes perfect again. Okay, health as well. Okay, prevention is better than cure. The health related code. Prevention is better than cure. Better than cure. Okay. So for this one, if you're writing, if you want to write it on the notes, okay, think that it should be in the handwriting. It's like it should feel like a handwriting. So you just go ahead and write it as a handwriting, and see how beautifully it works. Okay. It feels like you have written it on the screen like this, right? So this is all good. That this is the way you can just create the quotes very beautifully, very excellently. And make sure you're adding your logos to it. Make sure you're adding your different quotes to it. Okay, done. Hopefully you have understood how you're creating. Yesterday we have learned about the Islamic backgrounds and Ahadith backgrounds, dear sisters and brothers. Most of the time you ask me how to get it. It's from the Sahih sorry, sunnah.com. Okay, please go ahead with sunnah.com. It is excellent, what we say, very excellent store wherein you can just get all the hadith books. Okay, if you want to create your hadith reminders together, you have applications also. There's a hadith collection application. This is an excellent application that we make use of. All of the hadith books are here. Hadith books are here. If you want to read this, please read it, or you have the collection of all of the books. No, it's not online based, it's offline. Even if you don't have internet connection, you can just go ahead with this application and you can read whichever kind of application I mean hadith you want. And also personally, a personal thing that is favorite over here is searching it up. For example, whatever you want to type about something, you want to type about consistency. If you want to get ahadith on consistency, you just can write consistency and see how many ahadith are there on this topic of consistency. Okay, this things, dear sisters and brothers, this application is very excellent. See here, just consistency or consistent. Okay, there was a hadith there, right? I think we missed it. Okay, see, it was about consist. Okay, so whatever you want, you can just type in and you can just get it. You can even get this on sunnah.com. Yes, sunnah.com. And also you can get it as a hadith collection. Okay, it's available for both iPhone as well as what we say this users, fine, Google users. So dear sisters and brothers, let's go back to the Canva. Okay, so you can just grab the hadith and copy and paste it up. That is so excellently done. You can just put it up very excellently. Okay, the last thing for today's session, dear sisters and brothers, is mockups. Okay, I already told you, you do not know to create anything if you don't know to, you do not, it's like you have not learned graphic designing if you don't know to create mockups. You know what is a mockup? Can you just mention to me what is a mock-up? Mock-up. What does this name feel like? You can just go ahead with the apps and write mock-up. Come on. Mock-up is nothing but you are putting your designs, putting something on already put up images, right? For example, you have seen the t-shirt mock-ups. The models that are over there, they're actually not the original models. How do they actually grab those models? For example, t-shirt, for apparel mock-ups, I'll show you. For example, if you want to advertise your what we say your t-shirts, we actually have a personalized t-shirt printing company wherein we utilize this thing. What we can do is, for example, this is the model you want to select. Okay, I'll just grab this person up, I'll put it here. Now, for example, I have designed a half sleeve t-shirt. Okay, half sleeve t-shirt. For a half sleeved white t-shirt, I have designed a graphic. Okay, so what am I going to do now? I'm just going to place this person on the screen. Now I'm going to get that what is the design I have made. Okay, for example, I've designed this A to Z business support. Fine, A to Z the business support. I'll take it in this one. Add to page. I'll just add it here. We just have to put it on the t-shirt. This is called as mockups. Have you understood it? Just a bit? Okay, it's done. So this is done. This is how you have created your own mockup. Have you understood it, dear sisters and brothers? Mockup, what is a mockup? Wherein you are going to place your images inside it. Whatever, for example, you want to place it inside this video also, you can do it very excellently. This is a video that you have wherein the phone is rotating. Okay, so they are advertising some content. If you want to advertise some content here, for example, you want to put up this one. Okay, this is excellent. If it is in the video format, that is well and good. Okay, video format, probably yesterday we created with Bismillah Rahman Rahim, or else we'll just go ahead with the recent images or videos. Okay, do we have any? Yes, this one was created yesterday. Okay, you can just grab this 6-second video and put it up. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How to put it up inside? You just have to make sure you are aligning it perfectly with this and putting it up exactly inside it. Okay. Okay. Sometimes you might find the glitches. Make sure you're doing it perfectly. Okay. I'll just take this, add to the page. I'll just add it in. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, it's getting loaded up, fine. And few more. Come on, I just want you all to create a few beautiful mockups, okay? And for the quotes also, you can write it very excellently. Whatever quotes you have created, dear sisters and brothers, for that, if you want to put it up on the store, something like this one and place it, okay? Something like this one and place it. You can do go ahead with that as well, okay? Something like this. It's kind of bookish kind of thing. So what you can do is, first you can just increase it up in size. I'll show you some beautiful things that you can do with this. And then you can just go ahead with the gallery. For example, some quotes on the practice makes perfect. I'll take this, add to the page. I'll just put it inside this. This is called as mockup. Okay, it's being loaded up. I'll just go ahead with another one. I'll just show you how you're going to utilize this mockups very excellently. See, the smartphone mockups are there. Okay, hopefully you have seen our course flyer. We had used this smartphone mockup there, right? So make sure you're using it very perfectly. Make sure you're perfectly aligning it with the background. What is the background here? It's something like realistic thing that is put up there. So I think I can just go ahead with something like this. Consistency is the key. Add to the page, and I can put it inside this. Okay, it's just being put up. See here, it is done. It is done. Okay, it's done. So something like this. A bit more loading is required there. So stay until it's done. That's all. Then you can just go ahead with mockups again. See how many beautiful mockups you have. For this one, dear sisters and brothers, the codes that you're creating, you can just go ahead. And also this one, the print mockups, I mean the textbook mockups, hopefully you know that the textbooks that they sell or something like that, they actually do it on the mockups itself. For example, if I have created a cover page for this, they just put this and they put a mockup. They actually don't take the photo of the textbook. Probably you all know that, right? So they actually have these markups in hand and they just put it here. That's all. Okay, I probably had designed for some of the textbook or some book covers, book cover page. Okay, so come on, please try this. This is very excellent thing that you all can learn. Okay, if you want to even further what we say, further utilize these options well, you can just click on it, dual click on it, and make sure you're aligning it perfectly. Apply changes. Okay, this is how you do it very perfectly. Okay, good things take time. Okay, this was not perfect. What we say textbook cover. I mean book cover. So if you have a good book cover, then that will go well with the design. Add to the page. You can even place it here, or I'll just add this to the page. It will be a bit darker, so that looks good with the screen. So make sure you're going ahead with the good markups. Please try all of this, try different things, and inshallah send it to me as a homework today. Whatever you have designed is your homework for the class, dear sisters and brothers. Whatever you have designed is the homework for the day, okay? There's nothing special homeworks given to you all. You just have to send me whatever you have designed together with me with this session. That's all. Work on it just for 15 days. If you work on this skill, dear sisters and brothers, take it from me. It will take you to the places that you will not imagine, inshallah ta'ala. So make sure you're utilizing this time of yours, and inshallah, dear sisters and brothers, we are almost time for the class. I just didn't look into the clock. And alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, we are done with the session. We have created so many things all together, 23 flyers together. Okay, alhamdulillah, 23 flyers together, and alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, these are some of it. And dear sisters and brothers, I hopefully you all have learned this to the fullest, and hopefully you all love to do this together with me, inshallah ta'ala. So Jazakumullah khairan, dear sisters and brothers here. Come on, let's all be gathered together in tomorrow's session as well with much spirit of learning. Inshallah, from tomorrow you're going to have some big flyers, things in hand. Inshallah, tomorrow you're going to learn course flyers, the service flyers. Inshallah. So bring in hand your course things or whatever you have to offer. Inshallah, tomorrow we are going to create things very beautifully. Inshallah ta'ala. So, dear sisters and brothers, Jazakumullah khairan for your time that you're giving here. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.